Welcome to a special OCR America edition of the Overcome and Run podcast. All week, I'll be talking to Evan Prepares as he goes on his journey for OCR America to support the charity Folds of Honor. At the end of every day, we'll be doing a race recap of everything that he experienced out on the course. So let's hear about day one and let's go talk to Evan. So we'll start out and say, welcome. How was day number one?
Day number one was good. The biggest, I knew this going in, but Tough Mudder New England is possibly the hardest Tough Mudder course I've ever seen. It definitely was the hardest Tough Mudder course I've seen, possibly the hardest one ever. It was on a ski mountain, which is unusual for Tough Mudder. You know, most of their courses are very flat. So it presented a little more of a challenge. My friend Jordan ran with me. He also ran on Saturday. He'll be doing actually the first 3 days, so his feat alone is very impressive. But he paced with me, so I knew I wasn't going out too hard or too slow. And the kind of our big concern yesterday was the course doesn't stay open that long on Sunday for Tough Mudder. So the first wave was at 9. The last wave was at 10:30. They typically shut down the starting line at 11, so that gave us about 2 hours to finish the first lap. And we actually came across in just over 2 and ended up having to talk to Tough Mudder headquarters to let us back on the course. You know, they were like, no, we can't let you back. You're behind the medical vehicle. And then we were basically like, hey, if we skip any obstacles where there's no medical attendant, is that okay? And we'll go back out. And they eventually, they said it was okay. So it ended up not mattering because we caught the last place person. Yeah, busy day.
Yeah, man, it sounds like it. And so then, you got pretty close to your goal. I think you and I talked yesterday, but you got to, what was it, 20 what?
Yeah, it was 20.7 with like 6,700 feet of elevation gain.
God, that is huge in the elevation. I think that's probably the most impressive part of that whole thing. You know, the 20 miles is great, but gosh, 6,000 feet is a hike. Yeah.
So we pushed it hard for the first lap to make sure we got they let us back on the course. Pushed it hard in ultra racing. You know, like we were actually still moving very conservatively, but harder than I would normally run for a race that distance or a multi-day event. And the second lap we slowed it way down because it was like, all right, there's no point in killing ourselves because they're not going to let us back on a course the third time.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's kind of the nature of the beast when it comes to a Sunday race with Tough Mudder. But so that being said, did you have a lot of people out there with you?
No. So so Sunday, because it's a regular Tough Mudder event, there was people who knew what was going on. Like Tough Mudder headquarters knew what was going on. And then some of my close friends that were there knew what was going on, and they were kind of talking to people. But it was pretty low key. The last day will not be low key because it's the Conquer the Gauntlet event, and I'm on their team, so that'll be a little more of and it's the finale, so it'll be a little more of a big deal. But pretty low key. We talked to a couple people on the course, just making friends along the way. Told them what we were doing, and you get the typical response of like, what is wrong with you? Or, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. So,
yeah, people don't understand it, but that's why you're doing it and they're not. So no big deal there. So do you feel good about yesterday though? You feel like, day one looking good. You feel comfortable and you're ready to move on today.
Yeah. Legs feel, so it's actually, Monday morning now. If we didn't say that at the beginning. But, slept for about 9 hours last night, and legs feel fresh. Did the usual post-race recovery routine. Took some Recoverite, like high glycemic carbs and protein immediately after. Put on my compression socks to help with blood flow. Ate a meal, high carb, high protein meals in an hour. And then last night I had those actually borrowing those Normatec boots. They're like the compression pants that inflate by zones. They're like super expensive, but they're awesome. So I sat in those for about 30 minutes last night. So my legs feel pretty good.
Excellent, man. Well, that's really good to hear. That pretty well summarizes your day yesterday. Is there anything else you want to share kind of about your first leg of this journey?
It's been fun so far. I got my wife, baby, my dad, and my friend Sty with me. So we got a decent sized crew with a van. Stayed at some pretty shady hotels the first 2 nights, but we're trying to save money because the whole charity thing. So it was interesting. The air conditioner wasn't working very well on the first night, and the bathroom was also carpeted, which is like the grossest thing I've ever seen. Like, why would you have like wall to wall carpeting of a bathroom? Like that's if like a toilet overflows or something like that, carpet is ruined. So
you think?
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm sure they just make sure it's all the same color and drive on.
That's most likely what it is. Yeah, I definitely know the struggle of that hotel living, at least in the shifty hotels for a little bit. But
yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yesterday was heavy on legs, and I'm literally driving to Shale Hill right now, and it's going to be very heavy on upper body. I expect today to be the longest day of the entire event, just because if you've never done or heard of Shale Hill, I mean the obstacles they're just so obstacle dense. It's like 70 obstacles over 6.2 miles, and they're very, very hard. So I expect to do pretty well the first about 2 to 3 laps, and lap 4 is going to get pretty ugly. So a lot of monkey bars and uphill monkey bars and rope swings and rope climbs and traverse walls and all sorts of stuff you don't even see at other events. So we'll try to get some Facebook Live videos going and post some videos online and keep people informed.
Excellent, man. Well, I can't wait to see how that turns out. And I'm actually pretty impressed that you were able to find weekday runs all week.
Yeah, so I should point that out. So there's only so many permanent obstacle courses across the U.S. There's about 10. So I guess this will be like a tangent we'll go down. So it's going to be a little longer than planned. But so like the event actually started off as 10 days because I was going to use every event total every permanent course total in the U.S. And a couple of them closed. The one in Missouri closed, Fugitive Run. I think the one in Oregon, Brace the Reaper, was either closing or I'm not sure what's going on there. But they weren't responding to emails, and I haven't seen them update anything new. And then some of the other ones asked for exorbitant prices for a charity event. We're talking thousands and thousands of dollars, which defeats the purpose of me doing this. So the ones that you see on the venue are ones that didn't have anything else going on and were willing to let me use the facility at a very low cost. So I really need to give a shout out to all the venues because they, operating and maintaining those facilities is not free, and they saw an opportunity to help a charity cause, and they took it, and I really appreciate it because without them, obviously, where am I going to find a race venue on Monday through Friday? They don't exist, So they're definitely opening up the kindness of their hearts and facilities for this event.
Excellent. Well, we will definitely make sure we give them some plugs throughout the week, and hopefully people get out and run their races and help support them as well. So,
yeah, sounds good.
Cool, man. Well, I think that should wrap it up. And like I said, did you have anything else?
No, that's it. If people still want to come out and they're hearing this and they live close to one of the venues, just show up. It's probably about $40 to sign up, and all that money is going to charity. So, good cause. Come out, have a good time, and if you haven't donated, throw down a couple bucks on the donation site. It's the quantity of money it's the thought that really counts, in my opinion. So, if people donate $1 or $2 or $5, that's, to me, that means more than, be like, oh, I didn't donate because I wasn't going to donate 100 or whatever. So, just it's the thought that counts, and I appreciate all the support that people are giving me on social media. I think that's it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It doesn't have to be a ton of money, because if everybody thinks that way, nobody's going to donate anything, and then 20 people donating $5 or one person donating $100, you know what I mean? It's still, you're getting to that end goal.
Exactly.
All right, my friend. Well, good luck today, and I look forward to talking to you this evening.
All right, sounds good, Jay.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.